Imagine waking up and discovering that two of the world's biggest technology companies are no longer partners. They're fighting in court. Apple, the company behind the iPhone, has accused OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, of stealing confidential trade secrets. These aren't small accusations. Apple claims its former employees took sensitive information to help OpenAI build its next generation of AI hardware. If these claims are proven, this could become one of the biggest legal battles in AI history. But here's the surprising part. Just months ago, these two companies were working together. So, what happened? To understand why this matters, you first need to realize how powerful these companies are. Apple is worth trillions of dollars. More than 2 billion Apple devices are used worldwide. OpenAI transformed artificial intelligence with ChatGPT, reaching hundreds of millions of users and becoming one of the fastest-growing technology companies ever. In 2024, Apple even partnered with OpenAI to bring ChatGPT to iPhones through Apple Intelligence. Many people believed this partnership would define the future of AI. Instead, it has turned into a courtroom battle. How does a partnership become a lawsuit? Most people assume this lawsuit is about ChatGPT. It isn't. Others think it's about software that's only part of the story. According to Apple's complaint, the real fight centers on something much bigger. The next generation of AI hardware, devices that may eventually replace smartphones as our primary way of interacting with artificial intelligence. If that's true, the company that wins this race could shape the next decade of consumer technology. Let's go back. Apple has spent decades protecting its product secrets. Inside Apple, projects are famously compartmentalized. Employees often know only the small piece they're working on. That's one reason Apple has been able to surprise the world with products like the iPhone, Apple Watch, and Vision Pro. Meanwhile, OpenAI wasn't interested only in software anymore. Reports suggested it had begun building a dedicated hardware division and recruited experienced hardware engineers, including several former Apple employees, to accelerate those efforts. Hiring talent from competitors is common in Silicon Valley. But Apple argues that, in this case, confidential information crossed the line. According to Apple's federal lawsuit, two former employees downloaded or retained confidential files before joining OpenAI. Apple also alleges OpenAI encouraged recruitment in ways that led to the transfer of sensitive information related to unreleased hardware, suppliers, and engineering work. Apple says this wasn't an isolated mistake. The lawsuit describes what Apple believes was a broader pattern involving former employees and proprietary information. If these allegations are proven in court, the consequences could be enormous. But remember, these are allegations, not court findings. OpenAI strongly disagrees. The company says it has no interest in other companies' trade secrets and denies using Apple's confidential information. OpenAI argues its focus is on building innovative AI products, not copying competitors. As with many major lawsuits, the final outcome will depend on evidence presented in court. This isn't just another corporate lawsuit. It's happening during one of the biggest technological shifts in decades. For years, companies competed to build the best smartphones. Now, they're competing to build the first truly useful AI device. Reports indicate OpenAI is developing new AI-focused hardware, while Apple continues investing heavily in Apple Intelligence and future devices. The winner could influence how billions of people use technology in the future. Several outcomes are possible. Apple could win and secure damages or restrictions if it proves its claims. OpenAI could successfully defend itself if the court finds the evidence doesn't support Apple's allegations. The companies could also settle before a trial. Whatever happens, this case may influence how technology companies recruit employees and protect confidential information in the AI era. This lawsuit reveals a much larger trend. Artificial intelligence is no longer just about chatbots. It's about hardware. It's about ecosystems. It's about who controls the next computing platform. The smartphone revolution made Apple one of the world's most valuable companies. The AI hardware revolution could create the next technology giant. That's why the stakes are so high. Today, Apple and OpenAI are fighting in court. Tomorrow, they could reshape how all of us interact with technology. Whether Apple's allegations are ultimately proven or OpenAI prevails, one thing is already clear. The AI race is no longer just about building smarter software. It's about building the future. So what do you think? Is this a genuine effort to protect innovation or simply fierce competition in the race to dominate AI? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy in-depth AI and technology documentaries, subscribe for more.